Oh, hello. Just taking a break from the hard work of rest and rejuvenation and renewal during my Washington, D.C. sabbatical. What day is it, by the way? Oh, and then it's really time for me to wish happy holidays to everyone. Well, we've done it again. 2015 turned out to be an amazing year for Brigham Radiology, a year filled with excitement, signature accomplishments, wonderful recognition for our faculty, and tempered, sadly, by some losses and transitions. The past year, our clinical practice began to expand again after several years of stability but no growth. Volume in just about all modalities has increased, and our network of outpatient centers is doing very well. We survived the deployment of a brand new electronic medical record system, Epic, and we've done better with that than almost any radiology department in the country. But more on that later. Several of our signature research programs are hitting key milestones. We'll soon perform the 1,000th case of image-guided intervention in our Amigo suite. The MR-guided focused ultrasound program has expanded into exciting applications in the brain and in the bone. The molecular imaging program has expanded, making new research isotopes, and will be bolstered by the activation of a second cyclotron at Dana-Farber's dry dock research facility. Our teaching programs are better than ever. The diagnostic radiology residency is emphasizing several areas of subspecialization with our 3-2 program. We've appointed Glenn Gaviola as the 5th residency program director in our history, and Glenn is in the process of inheriting the reins from the extremely successful Barbara Weissman. We filed papers for approval of a brand new residency in interventional radiology, and Tim Killeran will be our first program director in this new and emerging field. We've just about finalized all the plans for the imaging services at the new Brigham Radiology Building for the Future that will be opening in less than a year and will be home to the highest concentration of advanced imaging in our history. Sadly, as you all know, we lost our research impresario, Dr. Frank Yoles, on New Year's Eve of last year. There have been many meaningful tributes and memorials for Frank that have taken place here at Brigham and Women's, at the International Society for Magnetic Resonance, at the RSNA, and in his native Hungary. But the long line of our tradition of excellence continues, and I send my thanks to each and every one of you for all you do to make Brigham Radiology so special. And my best wishes for a wonderful holiday season and a happy and healthy and peaceful 2016. Here is a list of a quartet of the top events that made 2015 amazing for our departmental family. Number 4, we activated the Epic electronic health record system on May 30th, a day that will live in, never mind. Despite the $1.2 billion price tag of the project, we noticed, shall we say, some weaknesses in the Epic system. For example, we were notified in late October that the system would be shut down on November 1st at 2 a.m. The day when daylight savings time expired, we moved back to standard time, and clocks would be turned back 1 hour. Even our highly sophisticated system could not cope with the fact that there are 2 1 a.m.s on that day. Well, you get what you pay for. More recently, I was told that the system does not work on nights, weekends, national holidays, and that it does not do windows, pun intended. We'll have to work around these minor limitations. Number 3, Harvard Medical School, which was founded 233 years ago, announced this year its 233rd effort at comprehensive curriculum reform. Despite claims from Penn, Columbia, and Yale that they have done this already, HMS asserts that it will be the first medical school in the country to teach the traditional third-year clinical curriculum in the second year. Now, stay with me here. It's a little bit like the end of daylight savings time. This means that next year, all of our clinical teachers will be responsible for 2 classes of students, the regular component of third-year students, plus all of the second-year students who are enrolled in the new curriculum. More than 300 learners simultaneously. An HMS spokesman who requested anonymity stated that in order to compensate and ensure that HMS remains the #1 medical school in the country, We would simply mandate that every department would double the size of its faculty, but just for a year, and clone its clerkship director. Well, Brigham and Women's department chairs were dumbfounded and could be seen in the early hours of the morning searching for loose change in the reading rooms and ripping open boxes of their Epic system to see where their $1.2 billion had gone, and perhaps there were a few bucks left inside. Number 2. I'm sorry to say that our plans to deploy a 7 Tesla magnet for human use in the Brigham Building for the Future hit yet another snag. Channeling my inner Einstein and using a slide rule that I have not used since college, I ran a simulation of the impact of a 7 Tesla magnet, which is 20,000 times stronger than the Earth's magnetic field, on the trajectory of the protons that are accelerated nearby to the speed of light in our medical cyclotron. My analysis confirms that this juxtaposition will create a warp in the time-space continuum that will throw us back in time exactly 125 years to 1890, which is 5 years prior to Wilhelm Röntgen's discovery of the X-ray. Basically, once we turn on the 7T magnet, all medical imaging will be toast. I thought this might be the death knell for the 7T project, but when the hospital's interim chief financial officer was presented with this problem, she was seen smiling from ear to ear and asked if we could turn the magnet on sooner than anticipated, as this will effectively save the hospital $100 million in next year's budget. Oh well, easy come, easy go. And number 1, the top development of 2015, and on a more uplifting note, I have good news to report as we face old man winter. I don't have to remind any of you that last year's winter was terrible. It disrupted our department and our patients. Mountains of snow, a crippled MBTA, and paralysis of the region. Well, intrepid Brigham radiology scientists have found a new application for our famous MR-guided focused ultrasound system. You know, the one that uses ultrasound to create tremendous heat and kill diseased tissue? Well, you've got it. A small adaptation in the device allows us to use it for instant snow melting in the entire Longwood medical area. Interestingly, we have also confirmed that the heating beam will not work as far away as Mass General, further lengthening the Brigham's commanding lead as the best hospital in Boston. Let it snow. So 2015 has been a great year for Brigham Radiology. What does 2016 hold in store? For better or worse, all of us will be a year older, and several of our most senior faculty will be retiring from their leadership posts or cutting back on their service. We've already appointed a new residency program director, and in 2016 we will have a new department chair. I'm toying with the idea of moving a few blocks from where I'm seated right now to become a highly paid lobbyist on K Street right here in DC. If I go that route, you'll still see me, but it will be on television political reports where I might be covering the 2016 national elections and making sure that all my lobbying clients win no matter what the outcome of the election. You may also see me in a congressional hearing room, fighting for what is right and lucrative for the industries I represent. But even when I leave the corner office at One Brigham Circle, Brigham Radiology will always be first in my heart, and I will treasure your camaraderie, support, and friendship forever. I hope I can even partially return the favor. If you have a headache or maybe low back pain and nothing is going right, close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to diagnose even your darkest fright. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see what is wrong. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you've got to do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. I've got your scan. If the symptoms worsen and you are feeling bad, that old north wind begins to blow. Keep your head together and call me on the phone. Soon you'll have an appointment time. Just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come scanning to see what is wrong. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you've got to do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. Ain't it good to know that I've got your scan? Insurers can be so cold. They'll hurt you and desert you and take your copay if you let them. But don't you let them. You just call out my name. Even though I may be retired, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You've got a friend. You've got a friend. Ain't it good to know you've got a friend? Ain't it good to know you've got a friend? You've got a friend.